receiving some sort of transmission. Routed through the main system. Routing.
Looking to take a Disney vacation or cruise? Contact Kristen of MagicalJourneysVacations.com. Magical Journeys is an authorized Disney vacation planner. Kristen will get you the best price available and continue to search for deals until the day you travel, taking the worry out of planning your fantastic vacation. Kristen can help plan your dining reservations and answer any questions you may have. She'll even send you maps from the parks. So contact Kristen of Magical Journeys for your next cruise or Disney vacation. Contact Kristen of Magical Journeys at MagicalJourneysVacations.com. So what are you waiting for? Book today at MagicalJourneysVacations.com.
Wow, that sounds great. I want to go. Well, you can't. Why not? Because we have to stay at our posts and keep rebel scum like him out.
Book today at MagicalJourneysVacations.com.
WDW After Dark. Now loading.
WDW After Dark. WDW After Dark. Live and uncensored. Starring Jeff Davis, Al John Go, Kristen Hetzel, and Eric Allen. WDW After Dark is live and uncensored. Call the hotline at 410-98-WDW-AD. Follow us on Facebook at WDW After Dark Webcast and Twitter at WDW After Dark. Headline news, Disney food, video games, Marvel and Star Wars. WDW After Dark. Live and uncensored. And now prepare yourself for WDW After Dark.
Welcome to WDW After Dark, your adult Disney show. We love talking about Disney news. We are doing it with a little bit of a live and uncensored edge for you, completely unedited, going straight into Google Hangouts, into YouTube, into iTunes, because that's how we roll. You know, as Kristen said in a couple shows ago, just put the kids to bed and let's just have fun. So this is what we're doing tonight. Of course, you can check out all the shows at www.afterdark.com. We've got a long list of shows you can check out on video, also on-demand audio, iTunes and Stitcher Radio and TuneIn app, and so many different ways to check things out. Before we get into the heat of the moment, the action, if you will, what we're talking about this week, D23 Expo 2015, let's talk to our guests. Of course, joining me, I'm Al John Go, lifelong Disney fan, Marvel fan, Star Wars geek, joined by Miss Dining at Disney herself, sitting next to me this time in the pink room, Kristen from diningatdisney.com. Hello.
Hello.
We're in one room today, guys. Hey.
Not a fan.
I know, she doesn't like it. She doesn't like it.
Too much mess in here.
She has no choice.
Al John, do you smell? Is that the problem? Do you smell?
I'm fresh and clean.
Oh my gosh, he just has so much stuff in here. It's just cluttered. There's too many things. And for somebody who's OCD, this is just, it's too much.
Well, I can't help it. This is what happens when your husband travels all damn week. So
it's making her insane in the membrane.
Enjoying it. Enjoy it.
Insane
in the membrane. Yes, we are definitely. Mr. Jeff Davis is joining us here, Mr. News Monster himself. And Jeff, you can't make the D23 Expo, unfortunately, but we'll be there. And we'll be reporting news that you will probably be reporting on the following week on DW60 on Sorcerer Radio.
I will.
We're going to talk about your favorite things, man. I wish you were here. I wish you were going to be there.
I do as well, but you know, there's plenty of beer for me to drink here at the house while you guys are enjoying the expo. So I will try my best not to see double vision on the tablet when all the tweets come up and the interviews come up and everything else, because I plan on having fun this weekend. So.
Jeff's story is,
so
I ain't going to D23 because this beer won't drink itself.
Exactly. That's a good point. Yeah.
I like it. I like it indeed. Also joining us on the show, he is the disembodied voice who just comes out of nowhere. It is Mr. Thunderbeaver, Eric Allen himself.
Hey, how you doing? I ain't going to D23 either, but hey, I'm going to be listening to y'all.
We thank you. We're going to be reporting live on Sorcerer Radio using the hashtag SRD23 Expo. And you want to check that out and follow us on social media at Dining at Disney, at WDW Tiki Room, at Jedi Mouseketeer as well. We're going to be tweeting. Hopefully the internet will be better than what you see here tonight. We are having all kinds of internet issues because whenever WDW After Dark goes live, we break the internet, folks. That is how good we are.
You know what we need?
What?
We need the little donate button so people can donate to the show. Therefore, we can have better internet on our side because that is where the issue is coming from.
Well, you know,
and that would solve our problem.
Well, I don't know if it's necessarily where it's coming from, but it does definitely help. And the best way for you to donate actually is right now, anyway, is to go ahead and use our sponsors. Yes, before we get into the news, let's get into the housekeeping, if you will. WDW After Dark is free every single week because of people like us and people like you. You spread the word about the show, you like it, you subscribe to it, you give us those 5-star reviews on iTunes, you subscribe to our YouTube page, and you book your trip with Kristen right here. That's her. You need to book your trip with her at magicaljourneysvacations.com. She'll attempt to save you all kinds of dough. You can worry stress-free. And don't even worry about your vacation. Your destination's all that matters. You and your family are going to have a great time when Kristen will take care of you, giving you some great deals, whether you visit the Walt Disney World Resort, even the Disneyland Resort, okay, just like where we're going this week, as well as Universal and every cruise line. Guys, did you know that this week the Star Trek 50th Anniversary Cruise is going on? Not this week, but
50th
the anniversary.
anniversary.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Dude.
So...
Make me feel even older because I was born during the 3rd season.
And
the week I was born, the episode was Turnabout Intruder.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my, that's just wrong. I bet you would know that.
Well, Turnabout Intruder was a decent episode of the 3rd season. There's nothing wrong with that.
It was the one that celebrated
so
my birth.
Know Eric's birthday now.
Yeah, everybody now knows Eric's birthday. Yeah. But yes, there are celebrity cruises, rock and roll cruises, of course your Disney cruise, and Kristen can take care of you at magicaljourneysvacations.com. Other ways for you to help us out as well is be sure to visit our website at WDW After Dark because we have a link to Amazon. Bookmark that link and buy stuff that you would buy every single day through Amazon, except this time when you use our link, it definitely helps us out. A little bit of the kickback Amazon's able to give us, and it helps us pay the bills, if you will, pay for the domain, and so many other things. We really do appreciate that. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead into the meat and potatoes of this week's show and talk about the D23 Expo. It is the road to D23, the bi-yearly expo. It comes around every other year, and we have all kinds of stuff. Did you download the D23 app? Because that app is chock full of information for you. I'm on it right now. My profile's on it. I've logged in, as you can see, and I was able to actually...
I have downloaded it as well.
Yeah.
I'm not going to the freaking event, but I downloaded the freaking app.
That way you know what you want to find out about, right?
Yes. And you'd also go to d23.com to get things like, of course, I have to go to the things to know. And so I'm scrolling down here under the policies, photography/video policy. Here's a newsflash, people. Selfie sticks are banned from the D23 Expo.
No, are you serious?
But no, this is what caught my attention. Of course, it says no pictures or video are permitted in the Treasures of the Walt Disney Archives exhibit or select venues and screenings and as posted. That part I understood. That part I expected. This part kind of caught me off guard. For the safety, security, and comfort of our guests, selfie sticks and drones may not be used anywhere inside the Anaheim Convention Center. Drones,
talk about CYA.
Wow.
Are you telling me that you are planning on bringing a drone into a convention with a camera? No.
Apparently, yeah.
I mean, I know these things are big, but still.
Well, I tell you, when I was at the CES, this past year in Las Vegas, there were a lot of people that actually had drones that were trying to get aerial shots of the entire convention and going from exhibit to exhibit and getting people to wave and things like that. So it is becoming a thing.
Yeah.
Hey, looky here.
So-
I'm going to get Ridley Pearson. I'm going to buzz his haircut. There
You
we go.
might.
See how he's giving me the finger?
You
Yeah,
might.
that's YouTube material right there.
Well, I tell you, if you were questioning what you can and cannot bring into the D23 Expo, the app is the place to check that out. Thank you, Eric, for pointing that out. Everything from the dress code, dining and refreshments, bag check.
Okay, for dining and refreshments, it says gourmet food trucks. It says visit a variety of food trucks in the Grand Plaza, including Tasting Spoon, Barcelona, Spud Runners, Viking, Porco Rice, Devilicious, The Cut, Chuck and Chip, and Mustache Mike's.
Wait,
Nice.
did I hear a food truck called Viking?
Yes.
Of course.
So there's more Norway at the D23 Expo than there is in the pavilion at Epcot now.
Mm.
Yes.
Man, that's just wrong.
Wow.
Well, there you go. Maybe Maelstrom has been converted into a food truck, folks. You'll be able to see that troll after all.
You
are not the first to
order
Could happen. Exactly. Email me by receipt, please. Thank you. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff definitely to check out. The show floor hours of operation. Show your badge and save. I don't know what that means, but it says take advantage of special discounts and offers for the D23 Expo through the Anaheim Orange County Visitor and Convention Bureau. Visit the Things to Know page at d23expo.com for more information. So that could be very beneficial, and I'll tend to remember that. So hopefully you will too. So
It mentioned some of the restaurants that offer discounts
Mhm.
by showing your pass.
right. And the thing too is if you are attending the D23 Expo and you're staying at a neighborhood hotel, you may be able to actually get free transportation to and from using the Anaheim transportation, right?
Now, the one year it was only vendors.
Was it only vendors?
Yeah, vendors could.
Okay. All right. Well, that's cool. Maybe I'm getting that confused with another event that I did over there. Oh, I was
You
getting
were
that.
a vendor.
I was a vendor. Okay. Well, anyway, it always behooves you to check things out. All right.
It doesn't hurt to ask. The worst thing that can happen is they go, no, you're crazy.
The really cool thing about this is if you use hashtag D23 Expo, you're able to automatically check out all the Facebook posts as well as Instagram posts and Twitter as well. So that's pretty neat. It looks like there's some really cool things that D23 is posting on Instagram, including a figurine of the Yeti from the attraction over there at Disneyland, the Matterhorn.
Yes.
So
And
some
the thing
really
is,
cool
it's
stuff in
just
there.
as mobile as the one at Expedition Everest.
It is, well, the figurine may not be, but I can tell you that their Yeti actually does have more mobility than the Yeti that we
No,
have.
I'm saying the little figurine has more mobility.
Yes. Yeah. So anyway, you're breaking up. You're breaking up, Eric. I'm sorry. I know Jeff is like sitting back listening, going, "This show is a complete cluster."
I'm just soaking it in, guys. Just soaking it in. Yeah.
Well, the feed's breaking up a lot. So, at any rate, so gentlemen, let's go down the line as you discover the different things that D23 has to offer this year. What panels, presentations, things on the show floor, exhibits are you looking forward to the most? And shall we look at what's going on in the show floor as to what's going on?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you look on the Disney app and you look at the show floor on the show floor tab and you click on the Walt Disney Company, you can see the various things that are various exhibitors for this event. And you can kind of see it on my camera right there.
How'd you get to that again?
Okay, so here you go under,
I
here's
have to
the
go that
here's the
way.
expo. Okay, and then you can go under
I see it.
show floor as one of the tabs you can choose, and go under Walt Disney Company. So one of the first things, of course, is ABC Television. So I don't know, gentlemen, if you've caught up, but Once Upon a Time is having a doll collection being shown there, and two of its stars, Jennifer Goodwin, who plays Snow White. I'm sorry, Jennifer Goodwin.
Jennifer.
Who plays Snow White, and Lana Parrilla, who plays Evil Queen, is actually going to be there to sign. And I know that you guys have watched Once Upon a Time before, and would you want to see them in person and meet them, and maybe get your photo with them?
Or who would you want to?
That was actually one of my first choices right there. Was that right there, the opportunity to meet them and just ask a question or two. That would be something I would really look forward to. Yeah.
Who would you want to meet?
If you had to choose one.
Oh gosh. Got to go with the evil.
Snow White or the Evil Queen?
The Evil Queen. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Evil Queen. You hate her, but you
just
love her.
likes that forbidden fruit.
Yes, I do.
Eric, how about you?
Okay. Honestly, I have not watched a single episode of Once Upon a Time.
Really?
What?
But you know what? But you know what? I have seen pictures of people in the roles. I would love to. I'd love to chat up Snow White for a little while.
There you go. That's cool.
I do wish that
who would I?
Rumple was going to be there. I would love to meet him.
Oh, I know, right? There's something about the bad guys in that show that just make them awesome, you know?
Yeah.
And the fact that Rumpelstiltskin is like a great bad guy. You never really know what side he's on, but you do know that he's on him, he's with himself. He is his own entity.
He's a
thing.
lower budget
Loki. He's a lower budget Loki. Low budget Loki. Oh, I'll be sure to tweet that. Eric Allen says this. Okay, so how about me?
You.
Oh, the Evil Queen, of course. Because she's great.
And who would you like to see that isn't there?
Who would I like to see that isn't there? I think Eric hit the nail on the head. I think Rumple would be awesome. Get your picture taken with Rumple and be like, talk to him. And or are you talking about women?
Oh, it can be any.
Oh,
doesn't matter.
All right. How about you? No Prince Charming for you? Because I know you want to meet Hook.
That's
I was about to say.
that.
That's what it is.
See, Hook in the Disney universe is like the equivalent to a bounty hunter.
Yeah, she's Boba Fett right here.
He sits right on the line. He goes back and forth. Is he good? Is he bad?
It's like Han Solo.
Like, what can I get out of this?
Han Solo with eyeliner.
What works to my advantage? And I'd like to meet Lana.
Yeah, she's great.
She's such an awesome villain. She does a really good job at that role.
We have to play the Once Upon a Time, kill, marry, do list, and let's see what comes up. That should be interesting.
Yeah.
So anyway, that is going to be happening, of course. So take a step into the ABC soundstage to get a first look at the fall season, and you could check out a lot of other things, including those collectible dolls. Now, when we were there a couple years ago, they were just showing off a pirate ship, which was really cool. It was a deck of a pirate ship. You stepped inside the pirate ship, and they did a little song and dance. They had a girl dressed up as Swan. They had another girl dressed up as Evil Queen, and you went inside, and they even had Hook, if I'm not mistaken. Some guy dressed up as Hook.
I believe so, yeah.
No? Okay. No? So, so you went in and you did a little show, a little song and dance, and you picked out a little prize, and supposedly they were giving away a bunch of stuff in there as well. So that should be pretty cool. Other things in there to note, Disney Citizenship will be there as well for Leaders of Tomorrow and different charities that they do. But how about this? Disney Consumer Products, guys. So everybody loves collectibles and toys and things like that. There's all kinds of signings happening. The Disney Store Ceremony kickoff will also feature the stars of Once Upon a Time that are going to be there. But guys, is there anything in particular you want to check out? Artist signings, things of that nature?
Dude, that's where I would spend most of my time. I mean, you have all these great artists down there. You've got Mike Peraza, Dave Smith. Well, he's not really so much an artist as he is a historian, but you get the idea. I mean, there's just and I tried to find a list of who all, a complete list, but just the ones that you see on the app. Just like Eric Goldberg, and that's where I would spend most of my time, simply because that's how I roll. So yes, I mean y'all are doing like the Frozen karaoke, and I'm just sitting here going, really?
Oh no,
so
we're not doing Frozen karaoke now.
You're not going to do Frozen karaoke?
No, are you going to do Frozen karaoke?
You never know. Not that I know the words to any of the songs other than the Snowman one. Like Let It Go, all I know is Let It Go. That's it.
Well, there is something for you Star Wars fans out there. They've got Legendary Yoda Breakthrough Interactive Robot Toy Review. And that happens August 15th at 3 p.m. to 3:30. It only happens once this entire time. I don't know if we're going to be able to make it because of the Disney Legend ceremony, but I believe that's on the 15th. But that should be interesting. Legendary Interactive Robotic Toy Review. So,
by the way,
I believe the Legendary style. You go ahead.
I found if you want to find a complete list of the artists, here is where you go. You go to Autograph Central.
There you go.
And it's got Dave Perillo. He's got Bridget McCarthy, Melissa De La Cruz. You got Marty Sklar in here. Yes, all these got Rob Kaz. Oh yes. Yeah, this is where you would find me most of the time.
I believe we're going to try to score an interview with Dave Smith from Imagineering, so that should be pretty cool.
So I jumped ahead to the Disney ABC TV Pavilion.
Okay.
And that's where they have all the photo ops going on. Mm-hmm. They have the Dancing with the Stars photo op.
Oh.
And so you can get your photo with the pros. Can you imagine if I got my photo with what's his name, Derek Huff?
Yeah.
Can you imagine? My sister would be so upset. You know that Derek Huff? That's what happens.
You know what? There's some hot dancers there for sure.
I'll tell you, the one that I think I would want to check out would be for Girl Meets World. It's got Rowan Blanchard, Sabrina Carpenter, August Maturo, Peyton Mayer, Corey Fogelmanis, and Ben Savage.
Oh, there you go. You can get your picture with Ben Savage. And the rest of the kids, too.
I like Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah, she's great.
I want to meet her. She seems like she'd be pretty cool. And that poor girl, she's not growing at all in that show. And Rowan just keeps like getting taller and taller than her, and they're 2 years apart.
Ugh. How about you, Jeff? Is there something that you found cool?
Well, I think it all comes down to me is the Parks and Resorts portion of the D23 Expo that I would look forward to the most, because I'm a merchandise guy. I love the merchandise that they put out, and from what I'm reading and everything, 60 years worth of merchandise is going to be there on display, for everybody to check out and see the evolution of what merchandise has been at Disney Parks and Resorts. But then at the same time, the opportunity to shop Mickey's of Glendale, the Imagineering exclusive merchandise store as well. All of those exclusive items that you're not going to be able to find anywhere else is going to be there at the expo, and you guys can go off. You can do your panels, you can do your artist signings and everything else. You will find me just drooling over merchandise the entire weekend, pretty much, and that's where I would spend my time.
This is one of the funniest exhibits that you just wouldn't have imagined this to be there. John Lasseter's Hawaiian shirt exhibit.
I saw
For
that.
real?
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about it, Kristen?
It doesn't say much.
Well, I think it's self-explanatory.
It just is.
Shall we visit
Yeah.
that pavilion?
I think you should. Yeah.
It says for nearly every animated film, from Finding Nemo and Wreck-It Ralph to Frozen and Inside Out, Lasseter has commissioned an exclusive movie-themed Hawaiian shirt. And for those who know the Oscar-winning storyteller know that he loves his Hawaiian shirts and dons one for almost every occasion. Animation fans will see their favorite film characters materialize before their eyes in colorful collection, which will be exhibited on the show floor.
Nice.
I just thought that was funny.
Oh, that's great. Did you got to bookmark that? Now piggybacking on what Jeff was talking about the Parks and Resorts pavilion, you know, that was to me one of the best things about the D23 convention is going into that, because you get to see models that have never before been shown, like the concept model, 3D model of Future World, for example, or the Hatbox Ghost as it was being developed. They didn't ever say that the Hatbox Ghost was going to be in the attraction in 2 years, but of course you saw the animatronic there operating, and you get to see how it operates, and I believe there are even some buttons there that we could trigger, which was really cool that you could actually use. So who knew that was going to be part of the Disneyland refurb for Haunted Mansion?
Yeah.
How cool was that? And then they also have a bunch of different ride exhibits and a preview a couple years ago of the Star Wars attraction coming to Disney's Hollywood Studios, allegedly.
Allegedly,
right?
Reported, yeah. So what do you think is going to come out of Star Wars wise this year?
Well, I sure hope they decide they're going to let the cat out of the bag for the details on a Star Wars themed land. And what they will, and what we've heard from reputable sources, is the fact that they are going to be putting considerable amount of money into a refurb of Hollywood Studios to accommodate a Star Wars themed land. Correct?
That's the rumors. If it doesn't happen, I don't know what they're doing to that park, because it's a mess.
Yeah.
Everything's closed. It's like, why even go there now?
Yeah.
They're going to shut it down, turn it into
that is
a
what's
giant
going on.
gift shop.
The gift shop.
We go to Tune In Lounge every time we're there.
Now, Eric, you brought up something interesting as we're on the subject of Star Wars, that we are not going to be seeing any new Star Wars trailer footage. Is that right?
We are not. Entertainment Weekly has come out today, actually, August the 11th. According to J.J. Abrams, he says, quote, "It is true we are showing no footage behind the scenes or otherwise." He says there'll be a trailer in the fall, but there will not be any Force Awakens footage shown at D23. That's not to say
information...
there wouldn't be some other stuff from Episode 7, The Force Awakens debut. There could be concept art, there could be production stills, there could be props. He just said there's no footage.
Yeah.
There could be actors.
What you saw were some of the
Jeff, what do you?
Or you'll have somebody like Harrison come out and say, "I've stolen the footage. Here we go. Here's a sneak peek, only for you D23 fans. We weren't going to show it, but we've got it." You know.
Because here's what happens. You know, this announcement from Abrams comes a little late for people, because the Saturday in which the studio's live-action wing or arm of Disney will actually be doing a panel in the Grand Hall is actually sold out. And it's going to be sold out because of Marvel and Star Wars. Gotta be. You know, people are excited about Disney live-action, don't get me wrong. You know, you've got Beauty and the Beast, you've got The Jungle Book coming out. So there is good stuff, but everybody wants to see what's in store. Doctor Strange, they want to see cast announcements. Yes. They want to see Black Panther. They want to see, you know, the stars of Infinity War 1 and 2. They want to see the stars of Captain America 3, Civil War. So I believe that stuff is going to happen. I believe Robert Downey Jr. is going to be there, and some of the other cast members, I'm sure, will be there as well. But in terms of Star Wars, man, I think Kristen may have hit something, and Eric, you too. Jeff, what are your what's your take on the the movie panel. Do you think they're actually going to have people from Star Wars there? What's your take?
I think there's a good chance they'll have people from Star Wars there, but I don't think it was a wise decision not to give a lot of those Star Wars fans what they were probably looking forward to in the first place, and why a lot of those tickets were bought is new footage of the brand new movie. Now we know that the one in the fall was going to be a full trailer. I was fully expecting maybe another teaser, maybe a minute long or something like that, but as long as Disney covers their ass and announces something Star Wars for the Hollywood studios, then maybe the Star Wars fans won't be as upset. If they don't have any actors come out or anything else, I think you're going to have a very, very upset amount of people that got tickets for this. So,
well,
See,
this 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say 2 years ago, when right after the purchase and the press release of all the films coming out, Alan Horn came out to address the crowd, and they played a Star Wars Sizzler trailer with no new footage or anything like that. But of course, what happens? They just were like, there's nothing, and the fans fell flat, and it was just a complete bomb. And I don't mean to say that people reacted badly for the rest of the presentation, but the whole crowd was just let down because the sign said specifically new footage from Star Wars. Did it not? On the sign? And we covered that here on WDW After Dark. And there was a whole bunch of people that were disappointed. And I believe that if we go back and we look at the press releases, it actually does say something about Star Wars there.
Hey,
now,
Aljon, let me ask you a question real quick. With the fact that Entertainment Weekly and the Star Wars camp has told people no new footage or anything else, do you think a lot of those Star Wars fans will not attend simply because of that?
Well, if they bought their tickets, it's sold out already, so there's probably a collective disappointment already.
Yeah.
And it will be further echoed on the day of that event, because a lot of people don't necessarily read what is come across in the trades or what have you.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you have the actual article? Do you have the actual quote from JJ? Because I had pulled it up, but I had to close my window. Can you read that quote specifically?
Let me pull that back up. Give me just a second. He said no footage.
No footage of what? What's the actual quote?
Okay, let me give me just a second.
Because this is from J.J. Abrams, and you know that J.J. Abrams has only, he may be a consultant for other films, but my understanding is that he's directing the first, Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens.
Okay. Here are exact quotes from the Entertainment Weekly article.
Okay.
He says, quote, "It is true we are showing no footage behind the scenes or otherwise. Quote, in the fall, there'll be a trailer. Quote, we're thrilled to go to D23 and meet the fans, but it's a tricky thing to try and rush footage for a convention or pre-existing event that would, of course, be fun to show something at." Let's see. He says, quote, "I'm still editing and we're working on refining the cut, but it's incredibly fun to see the movie come together. You realize certain things that you don't need, certain things you can pull out."
Okay. So what do you think that means?
Okay. When exactly did we start seeing trailers for Star Wars? We saw one at Comic-Con, okay? Mm-hmm. Fully prepared for that. And we saw the next one, what was it, Super Bowl time, or was it a little after that?
No, I mean, I remember the first time I saw the Star Wars trailer was, I believe, Black Friday.
Was it Black Friday?
It's Black Friday, because I think it was Black Friday when I woke up, and I think I woke up because we had speculated that there would be a Black Friday trailer, and I think word got leaked or something like that. Rolling Stone posted that stupid fan-made trailer as the real trailer. Yeah. Lucasfilm went ahead and posted it earlier, and I think I stayed up, or I woke up at like 10 a.m. to watch it. So
I guess here's my point. The size and level of popularity that the D23 Expo is a convention that only happens every other year. Would it not make sense for Abrams and company to prepare for that type of a crowd and that type of an event with the company that pretty much owns you, to have brand new footage for everybody to see when it comes around?
Of course it does. Of course it does. For them to blow their wad on Celebration made sense, but give the Disney fans, something for buying into this company.
Yeah.
The other thing that I'm going to say too is that yes, there is stuff that may be on the cutting room floor, as Eric said. Production stills, behind the scenes footage, outtakes perhaps that might be kind of neat. But the one thing that he didn't allude to was anything about Rogue One. Anything about the other films, Obi-Wan. Yeah. So my guess is there may be a trailer for another Star Wars film that Abrams is not necessarily helming.
That's
that we're going to see.
Yeah.
Because how many people want to see a trailer or an extended, because we saw a teaser for Rogue One at Star Wars Celebration during closing ceremonies. How cool would it be to do a 30-second trailer with flashes of the rebels who stole the plans to destroy the Death Star?
Okay.
How about Ewan McGregor coming on stage and saying the casting for Star Wars Obi-Wan actually is going to happen with Ewan McGregor reprising his role as Obi-Wan Kenobi for the standalone film?
See, I think that's where that is a very good point. All this story focuses on is J.J. Abrams and footage.
That's right.
J.J. Abrams is showing no footage.
Right.
So, this is coming out in December already. Do we really need to hype this any further? No, of course we don't.
Nope.
We can let that sit to the side and let it come out in due time. So just because Abrams is not putting anything out there, no, that doesn't preclude. No, excuse me. Now that Abrams is not putting out any footage, that does not mean there won't be something that's not going to blow everybody's socks off.
Yes.
I'm right there with you, but the stage is ripe for them to come out with something else that's going to just further ignite. I don't think that you can ignite the fan base any further on Episode 7. I mean, seriously, do you?
Yeah, I think you're right. But I do believe there's a lot of headway to be made with these standalone films, and what a great way to further ignite the fan base, but then to release extra footage, or at least make cast announcements, or bring the cast there, or to present at least one huge bombshell. And that bombshell would be an Ewan McGregor or some type of casting for Rogue One.
Look, I think one of the things is like Eric said, okay, you can't ignite anymore, when it comes to
Episode 7.
The people who are already Star Wars fans.
Right.
But you know what? You can draw in people like myself or other people that, they've seen a Star Wars movie, but they're not diehard Star Wars fans.
Right.
You
win over the Disney fans.
Yeah, we want them. We've seen them. Yeah, that's great. And have seen the previews, and we're like, oh, okay. So I need to see more. Like, this isn't. There's nothing about this saying I have to go see this in the theater.
Right.
They're not feeling that way. that they did about maybe seeing the Avengers. You know, they don't have that connection yet with Star Wars because it has been so many years since Star Wars really has had those kind of movies.
Right.
Those are the people you have to get. You know, there's plenty of, you know, our generation guys. You're weird if you don't like Star Wars, you know? Whereas with the girls, it's one of those things where, yeah, we may have seen the movies as a kid, or maybe we never did, you know? Maybe as a girl, you liked the Ewoks, so that movie was the one you liked. But girls, for the most part, are not all about Star Wars.
Blasphemy.
Like I said, for the most part, are not.
We're
So
working
you have
on that.
plenty of those girls that are my age that have never seen a Star Wars movie. Of the 6, they've never seen one. So they can't tell you. Like I heard today, a friend of mine, I'm not gonna say who, her sister, who's 3 years younger than her, which makes her like 35, 36. She's never seen a Star Wars movie and doesn't know who Darth Vader is.
What?
So see, you put that in front of somebody like her, you might now have somebody who wants to go see that movie that was like, whatever, it's that geeky Star Wars stuff. You know, that was their thought of what Star Wars is. Like, there's other people out there other than Disney fans, Star Wars fans, and Marvel fans.
No, you're right,
But we don't care about them.
That you could get into that stuff.
Well, that definitely. I mean, I don't know who those people are, but you're absolutely correct. Yes, I know you do. I know you do. So, but at any rate, so we have that, and just so you know, as we look at our events.
Oh, I have a quick question for everybody. Disney Legends.
Okay.
They're going to be doing autograph signings where you can meet them and so on. So, of these, who would you guys want to meet?
You mean you're actually okay? Go ahead.
You can pick 2. You're only allowed to pick 2. You can get in line. You can meet 2 of them. Who are you picking?
Jeff?
To be honest, it's not my thing.
Okay.
It's
Eric?
just not my thing.
I'm tempted to say Marty Sklar, just because that's a popular choice.
Who's there that's going to wait? I mean, of this year's inductees.
Now, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
who
this
are
year's
these
inductees.
I thought you meant like artists on the floor and stuff.
Disney. Okay, the Disney. Okay, let's back the truck up. So the Disney Legends Award is happening on Friday, August 14th at 10 a.m. in Hall D23, the main hall. And every other year, you've got a bunch of people that merit being in the Hall of Fame. That's what being a Disney legend is. You've got artist Andres Deja, Carson Van Austen, I believe he's from ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Danny Elfman, who's scored countless films, including many Disney films. George Bodenheimer, and George Bodenheimer.
He's Jack Skellington.
I'm sorry.
Danny
George Bodenheimer is from ESPN. I'm sorry, and was Carson Van Austen. He was the artist for Mickey Mouse for Disney Consumer Products. I apologize for that. George Lucas, of course, the creator of Star Wars. You have Julie Rime Castello. Castello.
She was the ambassador.
She's a Disneyland ambassador.
Uh-huh. She's the one that you see in the films.
That's right.
With Walt.
With Walt. And Susan Lucci, of course, who played Erica Kane on All My Children on ABC.
Okay.
Okay, out of that batch, it's no question for me. George Lucas, number 1. Danny Elfman, number 2.
Mm-hmm. Jeff?
George Lucas, number 1, and specifically for my mother alone, Susan Lucci, because she was a big.
I know.
Yeah.
I knew.
There's a little bit of a qualifier there, Jeff. Oh,
yeah.
Oh my
Hey,
goodness.
Alvin.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna see Susan
I am
Lucci.
all about
It ain't
some
for me.
George Lucas and Danny Elfman, of course. Susan Lucci would be number 3, and my mom, God rest her soul, she would love to have met Susan Lucci, and I think she would be a sweet lady to meet. Now, I will have it. I will say this: I don't believe some of these stars like George Lucas is doing any type of autograph session. Just so you know, Susan Lucci may, but I don't know.
But that wasn't the question.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the case. So, Kristen, I know what you're going to say.
I wouldn't even tell Lucas, that he ruined Star Wars. I would not even come near that. No, I wouldn't. I don't believe he ruined Star Wars. But,
okay, my number 1 has to be Danny Elfman.
Okay, so Kristen, Danny Elfman for you.
Oh yeah, I mean I am a huge fan of all of Danny Elfman's music, everything from Nightmare Before Christmas to Tales from the Crypt. I mean, I know the sound of Danny Elfman, and I'm in awe when it comes to Danny Elfman. So he's my number 1. Number 2 is going to be Susan Lucci because of the fact I grew up just watching all my children homesick in the summer, having lunch, whatever. It was always all my children. So.
And there you go. Good stuff there.
I know. I'm the crazy one that didn't put George Lucas, but he would be 3rd.
Okay.
So sorry, George.
Sorry,
to me, he's just not as cool as Danny Elfman.
Okay.
I will stroke him and love him and pet him and name him George.
Well, I'll tell you that for the D23 Legend ceremony, I did get press seating for it, so we're going to do our very best. I know I'm going to try to record it on HD video and also get audio from it as well. Disney, Lucas, and Marvel, or Lucasfilm and Marvel. It does say here specifically that guests will be on hand to look at an unparalleled slate that includes Alice Through the Looking Glass, which is going to be the fabled Tim Burton sequel to Alice in Wonderland, The Jungle Book, Marvel's Captain America, Civil War, Star Wars, and much, much more.
I wonder if they'll have Beauty and the Beast there.
My understanding is it probably will.
What's her name? Hermione.
Yes.
Emma Watson.
Emma Watson.
That's it.
Yes. So
she will always be Hermione to me.
Hermione.
That's okay.
So, and just so you know, all recording devices will be checked for this presentation. So we're going to be wrapping up all of our iPhones and everything in little baggies. So
it's not fun.
It's not fun. No, because the worst part about it is trying to get your shit back. So
wow.
It sucks. Your line's pretty long. So and also just really quick, because I'd be remiss if I didn't say that, okay, Bob Chapek, who is the chairman of the Walt Disney Parks and Resorts arm of the company, will be doing the presentation for August 15th for Parks and Resorts, and it does say specifically, it says ongoing works including Disney's Animal Kingdom with Avatar and developments of Shanghai Disneyland, along with a few special guests and surprises. We did talk about the possible reveal of a Star Wars themed land.
I'm calling it. It's not just possible. That's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. We also have Disney Interactive that happens on Sunday, August 16th. What they say here, and Jeff and Eric, you guys are going to love this for the video game fans, Disney Infinity 3.0 Star Wars edition, also Battlefront from EA is going to be featured. Kingdom Hearts from Square Enix, Kingdom Hearts 3 is in there as well. Never before seen gameplay and trailers. Look forward to special and limited edition Hall D23 giveaways for the entire audience.
Oh, jeez, come on.
And you're probably going to be able to get to play the Battle Pod, too.
Probably so. And, you know, there's a bunch of other things they're going to talk about.
Do you think they'll give out the Star Wars Disney Infinity figure?
I have heard from a very, very good source that, and we discussed this on the show, Eric, I believe, maybe last week on the audio-only show, about it being Boba Fett, right?
No, it's not going to be Boba Fett because Boba Fett comes with the Saga edition for that you can pre-order.
That's right. I'm sorry, Darth Vader.
I'm thinking it's either going to be Mickey Mouse or
Again?
Darth Vader. Yeah, this won't be Sorcerer Mickey though. They are releasing
Jar Jar
a regular
Binks?
Mickey.
Oh, regular Mickey.
Yeah, a regular Mickey and a regular Minnie.
Wouldn't it be kind of apropos if they put out a Epic Mickey figurine for Disney Infinity?
No.
Be interesting.
What if they put out an Oswald figure?
That would be awesome.
Everybody's going to get a Duffy figure to play in Disney Infinity. That's what they're going to get.
Oh, Duffy.
And I'm sure there
Jeff
are
is
some
hating on you.
That's just fine.
Hey, Con would want it. He'd be like, I'll take Duffy.
Okay. Well, how about this, gang? We're talking about Pixar and Disney animation. That's going to be hosted by Mr. John Lasseter himself, Mr. Hawaiian Shirt. Okay.
Oh my gosh! Last time his presentation ran way long.
Yes.
Was an hour past what he was supposed to do?
Yeah, he didn't. Brevity was not part of the
person
thing.
that should have been doing this with him there wasn't there.
Okay. So apparently, the description is after meeting the emotions made inside the mind of an 11-year-old and taking a trip to San Francisco where a boy genius and a robot plan to save the world and falling in love with the world of Frozen, Disney Animation Studios lets you in on this must-see event hosted by John Lasseter, Chief Creative Officer of Pixar and Walt Disney Animation Studios. Footage will be shown of The Good Dinosaur from Pixar, Finding Dory, Zootopia, and Moana. The event will include surprise announcements, musical performances, and appearances by the film's voice talent. So, yeah. What do you guys think about that? Does it sound like a snooze fest to you?
Only the Frozen part.
Yeah.
Well,
I actually fell asleep last time. I was so exhausted, and it ran so long that I started dozing off. I was
Tom
like, oh my
Hiddleston,
gosh.
but Tom Hiddleston showed up last year or 2 years ago. Remember?
Yeah.
That was
I think Finding Dory would be interesting for me because I enjoyed the first movie so much. But after that, I guess I could play Angry Birds on my phone afterwards, and not have to worry. So.
Wow.
You could download the Marvel Unlimited app and just get caught up on your comic book reading.
Could do that too. Yeah.
Yes. Definitely. Anything else, gents, that you might want to check out on the show floor or in panels?
Actually, there's one that I noticed. Let's see here. Show floor. Arg. Where are we? Okay, schedule. We're going to say full schedule. Friday. It's Friday evening. It's kind of like the last thing on Friday. It is, let's see, yes, on the center stage from 6:30 p.m. till 7 p.m., meet announcer Bill Rogers, whose voice has been heard at Disneyland since 1991, as he records personal greetings for guests' mobile devices.
Yes.
I'm just thinking, how cool would it be to have him say, like, "You have reached Kristen and Al John's phone number. Please leave a message. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas." Or just something like that.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I'd love that. I think that'd be so cool.
What do
and
you
speaking of voices, Brett Iwan will also be there, the voice of Mickey Mouse, who'll be there signing autographs as well.
Rob Paulson will be there.
Okay,
Kristen-
so what does everybody want to see, would like to see, whether it's one of these things listed or something in your mind that you're like, you know what, I wish they were doing this?
I'm going to call it the Rob Paulson thing, which is like the anniversary of a Goofy movie panel, because he's going to be there. Bill Farmer's going to be there, and I can't remember if Jason Marsden's going to be there. But
well, I'll tell you this right now, in terms of Jason Marsden and company, that there will be a very special panel happening that Friday, August 14th, and that is a Goofy Movie 20th anniversary
Yeah.
reunion.
That's what I'm talking
that will
about.
require stage pass, by the way. And the people that will be there are the voice cast. Bill Farmer, who's going to be there, who is the voice of Goofy. Jason Marsden, who played Max. Don Hahn, who is a film producer extraordinaire. He's going to be there as well. He's been on Source Radio, just like Bill Farmer, just like Jason Marsden, and, of course, your favorite, Rob Paulson.
Yes. I wonder if he'll
The voice
recognize
of
Kristen.
everybody else in the world.
Probably not.
Probably not, but you never know. I mean, so yes, you get Goofy, PJ, and Max all there. So that's going to be pretty awesome. So that would be really cool, to capture that. That's definitely something we're going to try to catch at 6 p.m. on Friday. How about you, Jeff? Any other closing thoughts about the expo, things you want to catch, things that caught your eye?
It's hard for me to say. I treat it as like my first experience with a Comic-Con convention. I really did not know what to expect. I didn't know what I wanted to look for, so I just took the time to go through every single vendor, every hall, all the panels that I could go to, all the autograph sessions that I could get a hold of, and that's how I would, treat the D23 Expo if I ever do get to go. Just take my time and look through every single little thing that I can, and really soak it in, really enjoy, every aspect of it, because, gosh, you never know what'll happen 2 years down the line. They may decide not to do another one. I mean, you just don't know what Disney has in store, and you don't know what kind of decisions they're going to make. So take that opportunity. It's what I would do, and just soak it in. So,
Kristen?
What was your question?
If there's anything else that you have found that you might want to participate or look at when you're there.
Okay, well, I like to check out the floor. There's always some cool stuff that you can find there. That's always fun. I want them to announce something big for the parks. I want to hear something like they're going to be expanding Pixar Place, and that's why all that stuff is going to be gone. They're going to take it all over. There's going to be another attraction. It's going to be Monsters, Inc. with some flying doors, and then in Remy's Ratatouille restaurant or Gusteau's or something. That's what I want.
I agree with you, Kristen. Definitely.
Nobody said you can't. I couldn't just imagine whatever I wanted to, but that's what I want to hear.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, because Coca-Cola is a sponsor of this event. They have something really cool.
Coca-Cola.
Everybody has the Share a Coke campaign. You know about it. You've probably seen it. Well, it's going to give guests like me, who have a very unique name like Aljon, an opportunity to get a personalized Coke bottle.
Nice.
Okay, the only thing is that's not actually your name. It's a nickname.
Okay, so
you
don't
can't
break the
get
fourth
it,
wall.
But all of you technically, except for me, their name comes on a can.
Okay, well, even my real name, which we will not talk about, is actually not even on a can.
No,
Who are
the
you,
second
freaking
part of your
Voldemort
first
now?
name is on a can.
Yes,
You will
the
not
name. I'll share a Coke with Alberto or
Yes.
Albert.
No, Alberto.
Oh, okay.
You could get that. You
I
can
could.
get Jeff or Jeffrey. You can get Eric. But there is not Kristen. My name does not exist anywhere. It's not one of the 1,000 or 100,000 names.
Well, you'll be able to get your opportunity at this point.
We want one that
the other
says,
thing that is
have
going
a
to be
Coke with WDW After Dark. That's what I think you should get.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll be able to do that, but we shall try. We shall try. A lot of people are going to be there. You've got American Tourister, the official luggage of the Disney parks. You've got the Disney Interactive Pavilion, as I mentioned, where you can sample new video games. Target has a huge photo op opportunity there as well. Man, the list goes on and on. You can do the trading card game that we talked about during the last show. It's going to be really cool how all of this is going to come together. And walking the show floor and seeing fellow podcasters and fans will probably be my most favorite thing. I think the thing that I took away from the last convention was a camaraderie that we all have in the Disney community, you know, being able to hook up, you know, once a year like a big family reunion. A lot of WDW After Dark fans, a lot of Sorcerer Radio fans, a lot of our podcast friends out there. But it's going to be great to hook up with all of them as much as we can during that event. So at any rate, that's what I look forward to the most. It's going to be a lot of fun. And any other words before we close the show out for this week? And then afterward, I guess next week we're going to have a recap of D23. Anything?
No.
I'll have a safe trip.
Well, thank you so much. Well, this has been another great edition of WDW After Dark on the road to D23 Expo 2015. We've got some great people to thank. Of course, MagicalJourneysVacations.com. Be sure you check out that website. Kristen will delightfully handle everything for your Disney trip, so book with her and support the show, as well as WDW After Dark. Like and subscribe all of our feeds. You need to check out Sorcerer Radio at srsounds.com and follow the hashtag SRD23Expo. And diningatdisney.com. Kristen's new podcast and book, and by the time you probably are downloading this show or viewing it, we may have that book available for download. Kristen, your new book is what?
It's going to be the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival.
Cool. And
I'm hoping to get it done tonight.
All right. So where can people follow you if people are interested?
Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Periscope. It's Dining at Disney. And then YouTube, the Dining at Disney.
Awesome. Also on podcast land, we've got Mr. Eric Allen, co-host of Mighty Marvel Geeks, exclusively on Sorcerer Radio and on demand from the Weeby Geeks Network. Eric, where can people follow you?
Well, you can also, besides that, also hear me Tuesday mornings on Sorcerer Radio at the Sorcom Review. Today was an audio tour of World Showcase, as a matter of fact. So you can find me on Twitter at Sorcom Review for all things Disney, and for all things otherwise would be at Uncle Servo. You can also check out the Sorcom Review's Facebook page at facebook.com/Sorcom Review.
Thank you. Also, once again, going strong for nearly a decade, the longest-running show on Sorcerer Radio, DW60. I wanted to say
you
D2360. I wanted to say D2360. I'm just adding on extra numbers to Jeff's show.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
But DW60, Jeff, you've been doing it for nearly a decade now on Sorcerer Radio. Where can people follow you, sir?
You can follow me over on Twitter at DW_60 and also JeffDavis_75 for all the other things. And you can listen to DW60 Thursday mornings, 8 a.m. Eastern Time over on Sorcerer Radio, srsounds.com.
All of the Sorcerer Radio programming is brought to you family-friendly, so that is really cool. You want to make sure you download the latest Sorcerer Radio app, version 4.0, for free, available on the iOS store, and there's also a version of it as well on the Android store as well. But you can listen to Sorcerer Radio. We would appreciate it if you did. And you can find me, Aljon, at Jedi Mouseketeer, at JediMouseketeer.com, Jedi Mouseketeer on Facebook and Twitter, and follow Kristen and myself as we're going to be broadcasting live from the D23 Expo for Sorcerer Radio, and, of course, the Friday show, WDW Tiki Room. And you can find that at wdwtikiroom.com, on demand on iTunes, as well as Stitcher as well. We've had a great week, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Spread the word about the show, if you will. We would appreciate that as well. So on behalf of the entire crew, we wish you a very magical week. We'll see you there at the D23 Expo. And remember, things are better after dark.
And follow the hashtag SRD23Expo.
Do it. Have a great week.
Do it.
See ya.
Crisis for the geek kind. Top geek officials admit they underestimated the hipsters' defense capability. Join the geek revolution and save the galaxy. Geeks from all over the globe are joining up to fight for the future. They're doing their part. Are you? Want to know more? Join Weeby Geeks and the Geek Revolution and save the world. Service guarantees citizenship. Listen to Weeby Geeks podcast on iTunes and Stitcher or online at WeebyGeeks.net. We Be Geeks, your voice for the geek revolution. Want to know more?